Hey guys, what's going on? This is Nerf Herder. It's your boy Nerf Herder. It's so ridiculous. I've got a saber that I finished up for me. This is a project that I have been working on for quite a while now. Something that has become probably my favorite. My favorite lightsaber of my entire collection. It's a bit of a wild one. This is heavily inspired by the Star Wars: The Old Republic games. There's a style on it that is by Sloth Furnace. He has a lot of the designer on the concept art and stuff like that in the games. He had a design that I just loved, and Darth Alice has done one extremely accurate to that, which is his Exquisite Champion, which is just such a cool saber. So I reached out to both of them and I was like, hey, I'm building a saber that is very much inspired by what you guys, you know, with Brad. I was like, hey, is this cool? I've talked to Brad before in the past because of my Derelict 2.0. I like to build sabers with influences of other sabers. I mean, I feel like we all do it. Originality is kind of something that's hard to do in this. I mean, we're all building lightsabers and everyone's got really cool ideas picked and pulled from each other, which I think is cool. It's fine. But it's the level of respecting the original person that you pulled from is where that's key. This one is one that I made with a lot of my scrap parts. One of my good friends, Sebastian at Starlight Saber Services, sent me some parts in exchange for a piece that he needed, and I was able to take some of the parts that he sent me and combine them with some of my parts that were basically, I took two bits of pieces that I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever gonna use that. And then once I got stuff from him, I was like, oh, I can use that. Sebastian really helped me pull these through, along with, well, this is the hilt, first of all. Talking about it without even showing you guys. This is the hilt that honestly has become one of my favorite builds so far. I mean, this thing is, first of all, it's massive. It's very big. It's a very massive boy. It's big. So I got some pieces from Sebastian, which just helped out tremendously. And then I got this wood grip from Omar, my buddy Omar. But he sent me this wood grip sleeve. It was a different size, so he was like, I don't know, maybe you can do something with it. And I was like, maybe one day I can find something for it. And it sat off to the side for a while. Well, then when I got the parts, everything just started clicking together, and I was like, I can make this saber that I've been wanting to make for a while. So this has a CFX in it. In hindsight, I would have really liked to have put a Profi in it, but with Profi shortages and my impatience, I just went with a CFX. I had one and I was like, let's just do it. Let's get this thing. I wanted it alive. I wanted it to play. I wanted to get in and get it going. So in the last few weeks, what I've done is I have really taken some time to learn my 3D printer and my Fusion 360 to design chassis. Jeremy at Solo Sabers did a two-part video to teach you how to build chassis with Fusion 360, and it was an incredibly big help to me. And that being his friend, I can whisper in his ear like, hey man, help me out, I'm stuck. That was great. Jeremy was a godsend through all of that to help me get there. This has my first removable chassis. This is my first chassis ever designed, and I did designing for the crystal holders and all that stuff. We'll get into it, but let's go ahead and fire it up for just a second. This is Induction by K-Sith, which I want to do a full review on that font. I've been waiting for this saber to get it done to do it because I felt like it just complemented this saber so well. Induction is probably one of my new favorite fonts of all time. All right, so here we go. So you got your crystal in the neck, right? Exposed crystal, quartz crystal. In the chamber. This sucker is loud. All right, before I get into the nitty gritty, put a blade in it, swing it around, and have some fun doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys real quick, because you do gotta disassemble a good bit of this to access stuff. That screw comes off, and then this sleeve, which is very tight. So I made the pommel connect to the wood sleeve, and then this chassis piece is the core, and my 3D printed chassis slides in with the Smuggler's Outpost system that connects in here to the plug to the other side of it, and the other side of it controls the switches, the 2 crystals, and the CCsabers pixel. So I just, with these vents already in this core, I was like, I gotta put at least some kind of lights in them, you know. So they mimic the blade. Anything the blade does, the pixels do the same. The crystal will kind of show up a different color, just because the way the light feeds up in it. I mean, it's going through a, you know, it's kind of a solid cracked up quartz. So that sucker is loud, just the way I like it. So I would have liked to have gone Profi. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll swap it out, because I do want these accent strips to be sequenced differently. But again, this is just what I had, so my impatience. So you got a retention right here. Loosen that guy. Out slides this chassis. Outsides the chassis. Now, this is my first time ever doing any 3D printed chassis of any kind. I designed and printed it. This sucker is cram foo. So it's not the prettiest when it comes to wire. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, there's so many wires. But man, I mean, I've got 3 accent strips, a CFX, and a removable battery and a Smuggler's Outpost pin connector system, a 28mm speaker, all in like 4 inches. So like, cut me some slack here, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I had to put some wires on top. I had to feed wires through channels and loop them. I mean, it's not pretty, but this is my first successful Smuggler's Outpost print. Oh man, that is Wire City, you know what I mean? It's Wire City, like no joke. But it works, and it's mine, and I don't care, deal with it. So I was going to put, this was the thing, I cut strips of diffusion to go over these side pieces and this guy back here. I may end up still doing it right there. The thing is, the inner diameter, and there's your Smuggler's Outpost connector in there. The inner diameter of this sleeve is like, what, 0.99, I think, or something. It's just like right at a 28mm circumference. It's tight, it's very tight. So honestly, this did the job for me. We're good. We're done here. We did it. But I couldn't put the diffusion material over because then the chassis would pinch and create a whole nest of problems. One thing I was happy about was I put the speaker on the outside. I mean, think about that. Think about that. There's not enough room even for this. This is a full-size chassis. There still won't fit in there. You still gotta have your speaker on the outside of it. So, you know, but I was happy about that because then what I did was I gave the speaker in a fully enclosed treatment. So that's why all the sound is just shotgunning out. And this thing is loud. I mean, it doesn't even have any type of resonance. Also, before I get putting the blade in there, I made it to where you can remove your emitter, right? There's your Joss, there's your exposed wire. He was right, but I just had a hard time getting the right wire in there without it looking ridiculous. So I did one exposed wire. So there you go. CCsabers. And a whole bunch of lights. This is just one giant glow stick. But I think it looks pretty cool. Again, you don't see these unless you take it off, so it was just kind of like, it's there, I might as well do something cool with it. Oh, that's blinding. So, you know, put this guy back on. I've done enough. Then this guy goes on, lining it up. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So the body don't go nowhere. So the body don't go nowhere. Back in business. I mean, what more do you want, people? I really love this thing. And it's super comfortable. Anywhere you hold it. Let's put the blade in there. Let's put that blade up in there. Oh, come on. Come on now. Blade plug that I made. Kind of really low profile piece to be able to put it in there. Still got it. Oh, actually, real quick, I was super proud of this. So the CCsabers pixel connector, and then there's a little piece underneath it. I designed and 3D printed a holder for a pixel, mini pixel. So there's a light going from here, and then all the wires feed through the channels, and then there's another mini PC in there. So there's two LEDs, so it lights the crystal. So the crystal is fully lit, top and bottom, all the way through. Good stuff. I designed and printed a lot of things. The holder, the channels, all this stuff. I was really proud of that. So I'm a big boy installer now. I've grown up. I graduated. I'm a real installer boy. I'm a real lightsaber boy. Enough playing around here, dude. Light them up. And it looks so good in this color. This induction sound font is just killer by CCsabers. One of my new favorite fonts, straight up. Sucker is really long. Man, I love it. All right, let's play some different colors. Some of that green up in there. I mean, how freaking cool, you know? Turned out really good. It's got other sound fonts on it. We'll run through real quick. A Dagon. A Dagon's pretty cool.
Next door.
Kind of hard to get it all in there, huh?
Mantle of the Force. Dan Tarry.
I love it in this color, man. This thing is so comfortable to hold too. It's almost like a two-handed thin neck in a way.
Heart of the Guardian.
Alright, there we go. There's a few of them. I mean, it can go on and on, honestly. Y'all know me. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. This is a saber that I've been wanting to build for quite a while. Yeah, it's finally done.
Induction.
Go back to that induction. Ah, this font. It's my go-to font now. There we go, guys. I just want to show that off. Man, I love this thing so much. This is not leaving my side for a long time. It's done for now. I might, who knows, one day swap it out with a Profi. Get that sequence going crazy in there, but at the same time, this body doesn't really come off much other than to remove the battery or make change on the SD card. The only reason I put those lights in those areas, the milled out sections that were already in there, was just because I felt like, you know, I would be really upset at myself if I didn't put something in there. Just looking at it, yeah, I thought it was really cool. This is a tough learning experience for a lot of things, getting the chassis design just right, size is just right, all that stuff. So this is a saber that I did a lot of customizing for. This is probably one of the most customized ones I've done, as far as, you know, getting the wood to be able to fit on, cutting up the pommel, making the pommel cap, doing the weathering, crystal chamber, wiring, designing the holders, printing, all of it. So this is a huge milestone for me as a builder. I did quite a bit of work on this thing slowly over time. It's been a while. I've been working on it for quite a while, so I was just really happy to show it off to you guys. There you go. All right, that'll do it for this one. I got a couple more coming out soon, hopefully, and I got to do some font reviews and some other things that I need to catch up on. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and until next time, may the Force be with you.
scruffy looking.